We begin our look at sports on the NFL gridiron with our favorite Bronx boy. The New York Football Giants continue to produce, and Saquon Barkley is at the center of that. The G-men relied heavily on their star running back early and often in a 24-16 victory over the Houston Texans. Just days after they tabled contract talks, Barkley had a career-high 35 carries for 152 yards and a touchdown in an effort that only further emphasizes his reemergence as a top running back after 3 injury-riddled seasons. It was the second time this year he topped 30 carries. We go inside the locker room for more.
I guess my body felt it, I guess. You don't really know. I try my best. Obviously, they bring it up and they show it. I try my best not to focus on that and block it out and just stay locked in the game and one play at a time. But like I said, it is what it is. We were able to get the dub, get the win. And it's my job to be a pro and take care of my body. It feels good. Obviously, you're not too excited about it because it's a long season. You got to keep going week by week. But being healthy during it, it's not something that I'm shocked about. I believe in having positive thinking. I've been vocal about it when I was hurt that, I feel like we're going to get back on track, and, I want to be part of the reason to help us get back on track. And we're doing it right now, 7-2, great start, especially, coming off a bye week and a loss. That was our mindset, come out and go 1-0. We were able to do that, and now we got to build on that to next week.
Barkley now leads the NFL with 931 rushing yards and 1,128 yards from scrimmage. He's playing on the 5th-year option of his rookie contract and is set to be a free agent at the end of this season. The 25-year-old and the Giants did not come close to hammering out a deal during the bye week, but I would expect the G-men to get one done. Those talks have now been shelved until after the season. When you have a good one, you have to lock them up, and that's the case from MLS and the New York City Football Club. NYCFC have removed the interim tag and named Nick Cushing full-time head coach ahead of the 2023 MLS season. The 38-year-old took the reins midway through the 22 campaign and led the team to the playoffs, reaching the Eastern Conference Final where they fell 3-1 to MLS Cup 2022 runners-up Philadelphia Union. He also helped NYCFC add silverware to their trophy cabinet in September in a cup title win over Liga MX champions Atlas FC at Yankee Stadium. The club performed well with him as an interim manager, and now it is official. Here's Cushing.
That's how we want our games to be, special people in a special place doing special things, and that is to me New York City, and that makes me feel like I'm part of something really special, and ultimately that is home. Thank you for the energy that they've given me, the support they've given me as the head coach from June, and stay with us, support us, and move into 2023, be behind us. One thing I can guarantee is everybody from Brad, Dave, myself, everybody within the facility here, we will work incredibly hard to deliver what you deserve, and that is a football team that entertains, but also a football team that has a huge desire, huge hunger, and wants to win.
Neither the terms nor the duration of Cushing's contract were revealed. To me, that's a good play by NYCFC. And on the NFL gridiron, Brian Daboll has been a great hire for the G-men. He's gifting wins left and right, even one to his daughter. Daboll's youngest daughter, 7-year-old Avery, wanted to win, and the corresponding game ball for her birthday gift. To her delight, and that of Giants fans too everywhere, the team obliged, running the ball 47 times, as we mentioned earlier, with Barkley to just 17 pass attempts. And the Giants, grind out a victory 24-16 over the Texans at MetLife Stadium. They improved to 7-2 and embark on the second half of their schedule, one that sees 4 home games in a 5-week span coming out of the bye. Here's Giants head coach on getting a win for his daughter.
Today's my youngest daughter's birthday, so I was asking her what she wanted for a present the other day, and she said a win. So, give me a football with my name on it, Dad. So that's pressure, more than anything else. So I want to wish her a happy birthday, and good to get a win. You guys played hard, played physical, made some timely turnovers, came out in the second half, had an opening drive touchdown, stalled a couple times in the fringe, got hit on some bigger plays in the second half, but, overall, good team win. You're ready to play Detroit.
Here in the Bronx, Fordham football is the gift that keeps giving too. This time around, the Rams defense deserves the game ball. Fordham's unit held Lafayette to 180 total yards as the Rams defeated the Leopards 45-10 in a Patriot League game on Jack Coffey Field. With the win, Fordham, who entered the game ranked 18th in the latest NCAA FCS coaches poll, improves to 8-2 overall, 4-1 in the Patriot League. Linebacker James Conway paced the Fordham defense with 9 total tackles, 3 solo, and he also had a pass breakup and a quarterback hurry. Defensive back B.J. Ferguson and linebacker Ryan Greenhagen each added 7 stops. Here's more from Rosehill.
I thought they played great. They really stood up to the run game, 29 for 55. I thought what we did well this week, better than any, was get to the quarterback. We were able to sack Ashawn 5 times, which, if you can do that, it's very helpful. Stop the run, be able to put some pressure on the decision maker, you're going to have success. For the most part, they tried to take a lot of deep shots. We stood tall on that stuff. And, they only a long of 18 or something like that. So, the guys playing hard, did a great job. So, credit to the defense and what those guys are doing. They played pretty well, especially in the league. So, hopefully we continue to build on that.
Excited for the Rams. Keep it up here in the Bronx. College football has a long and storied history here in the BX. New chapters were written at Yankee Stadium with the addition of the Pinstripe Bowl. This morning for our Turn Back the Clock segment, we look back at the third installment of the game featuring Bronx legend Doug Marrone and a quarterback that's getting some attention these days for all the right reasons. The 2012 New Era Pinstripe Bowl was held on December 29, 2012 at Yankee Stadium. It featured the West Virginia Mountaineers from the Big 12 Conference against the Big East Conference co-champion Syracuse Orange and was the final game of the 2012 NCAA Division I FBS football season for both teams. The Mountaineers and the Orange had a notable continuous rivalry from 1955 until 2011. This included, the years in the Big East Conference. So let's take a look now at this Turn Back the Clock.
Orange head coach Doug Marrone and Syracuse linebacker Siriki Diabate share more than Cuse football. The two are Lehman High School grads and former Bronx standouts. And the two can also add Pinstripe Bowl champions to that ledger. Diabate, a transfer from Nassau Community College, sat in the stands at Yankee Stadium when Syracuse won the inaugural Pinstripe Bowl 2 years ago. Saturday afternoon, the senior linebacker played a key role defensively in a 38-14 drumming of West Virginia, the second bowl title for Cuse in the last 3 years under Marrone, the darling of Bronx football.
When we found out it was coming to the Pinstripe, it was pretty exciting. Come back home, come back to the Bronx and Yankee Stadium. A lot of people, we were just excited for the opportunity.
Diabate was part of an effective defense that really stopped both the pass and the running game of West Virginia to account for the victory.
On a cold, snowy day at the big ballpark in the Bronx, Syracuse turned to the ground game and finished with a season-high 369 yards to beat its former Big East rival, West Virginia, now playing in the Big 12 for a third straight time.
It was special for our team. We have a lot of players from this area, a lot of players whose family can't make that trip, up to Syracuse. It's special. It's become winning the second one, it's become a special place for all of us.
Prince Tyson Gully dashed through the snow, with Gully running for a career-best 208 yards and 3 touchdowns, en route to MVP honors.
I want to thank coaches for believing me. It was definitely fun. Coach kept on saying it's just like playing at home in Akron.
It's a great deal. The competition in the room is what sets it, but the brotherhood is also what creates it, They pull for one another, they love each other, and I think once they're going, they're the biggest cheerleaders for one another.
Where does the time go? On the NBA hardwood, pretty sure Knicks fans wish they could have the time back in the loss to OKC. The Knicks have looked like a league average team so far this season. As I mentioned on the show before, too many highs, too many lows. At this point, the Knicks set a franchise record for points in a quarter in the first against the Thunder, yet proceeded to surrender their most points in a game in 2+ seasons. An electric start gave way to a defensive collapse in a 145-135 loss to the Thunder. The Knicks slipped back under 500 with another loss loss that came on the heels of a victory. They have alternated wins and losses for 7 straight games, generally beating teams they are supposed to beat and losing to teams that they are supposed to lose to. Here's Julius Randle on the latest.
From the start. I mean, we scored a lot of points. What was it, 48 in the first quarter? But we still gave up way too many, so they had confidence. And I mean, as well as we play offensively, you're not going to win games. I'm sure Tibbs has said it, giving up 135 points. We didn't dig ourselves a hole. You know, we started off playing really well, but like I said, we gave up way too many points to start the game off, even though we were playing well and they had confidence, and just kind of snowball from there. Yeah, I think we got a great group of guys who, you know, want to do that. And we've, like I said, we've shown it in flashes. We just have to consistently put it together. And there's nothing like, you know, a long road trip of us being around and bonding with each other and, you know, really getting to spend time with each other, because all it is us on the road. So it'll be a great time to find that consistency for sure.
Orange or Blue still searching for answers. For us, we search for the right exit to this roundup with my 2 cents on the Knicks and the C list. The Knicks have fallen back into a situation where they are not following through on the plan, nor trusting the process, in my opinion. This is an organization with a concrete, a concrete course. I know you've heard this before. I'm not exactly sure what the Knicks are doing with their roster. Roster management, to me, has been the biggest issue. That comes down to coaching, and to a large degree, still comes down to talent on this roster. The Knicks are building, but they still lack a super-duper star. The good news, the organization has a slew of first-round picks over the next 5 drafts to potentially use in a future deal for a franchise player. The bad news, the Knicks have a troubling history of clearing the decks for mega-star recruits who never ever signed. Donovan Mitchell got away from us this summer, just another in a long list of names over the years that have eluded New York after being linked to the world's most famous arena. The league's very best available players haven't signed up with the Knicks in the past because they didn't really have to. Spider Mitchell on this roster, the truth is, and has always been, you need stars to lure even bigger stars. Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett don't quite cut it. If I'm the Knicks, I play all the young guys, move the players that I don't expect to be here when the team actually competes for a championship, and try to grow RJ as much as possible for when, a megastar finally arrives. I'd rather the Knicks focus on youth development and lose than watch players that won't even be here long-term lose them games right now. That's just my 2 cents. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C.